And as soon as I say that, he runs over to me. Wally and I are here today. Wally and I are here collaborating today on this video. We are discussing whether or not you've ever had the urge to cut off your locks. Unlock it, comb it out, cut it off. Have you just ever had the urge to do it? I'll start first. Okay, let me start. Well, I know I've heard a lot of people say that in the beginning stages of their locks and when they had their little baby locks and stuff like that, they weren't happy with the look. Sometimes they give it a few weeks, a few months, or the process is taking too long and they don't like the look of it. Some people, like for girls, they tend to think that they look kind of boyish because it's like the hair is shorter, it shrinks, you know, when you first get the locks in. And sometimes some people feel like it's taking too long to lock and they don't want to go through the whole stage with them sticking up in like different directions, and they just can't get it down and they're like over it and they decide to comb them out or wash them out or do whatever. With me, I always say I feel like I kind of skipped the baby stage of the lock process because I was always wearing wigs, and I wasn't wearing the wigs to cover it down because I was ashamed of it or anything. Like I honestly love the whole process with my locks growing in. It started like in the front, my locks were about right here, and the back, it like barely grazed my, like the back, the lower part of my neck. So it wasn't like really short, so I wasn't really concerned with that. I think the biggest thing for me is that I didn't want to go from like one look to the next for like an extreme because I don't like that much attention on myself. And I was already wearing wigs all the time. When I started my locks, I just continued wearing the wigs, so I had to like ease my way in so it wouldn't get too much attention. So yeah, I didn't go through that stage where I was like, man, I should cut these off because I'm like self-conscious or anything about it, because I wasn't. Nobody really saw me with my locks or anything. No one really saw what my natural hair looked like, so that wasn't an issue with me. Some people want to cut off their locks because they're tired of the look. I've seen people say they want to cut it off because they feel it's not as versatile as they originally thought it would be. Some people just don't like the maintenance of it. Some people find it too hard. Some people say retwisting every couple of months is too hard for them, or it's too pricey, whatever the case may be. Washing process. I've heard people say they want to cut their locks off because the whole shampooing and washing thing is too much for them, especially as their hair starts to get longer and longer and heavier. My personal experience now with having the urge to cut my locks, yes, I've jokingly said it before because I love wearing wigs a lot, and I know it's going to be harder and harder for me to wear it, especially the ones I used to wear in the past, because the longer it gets, it's harder to stuff them in there. But I honestly never felt the need to want to cut them off. I never felt like there was anything that was too difficult that I was going through that I didn't want to cut them off. I didn't feel like my hair was looking too ugly, and I'm like, no, I'm just not liking it, I want to cut them off. I never was like, oh man, this is taking far too long to lock, I'm cutting them out. I never had those things. Yes, I miss my wigs, but I would prefer growing out my beautiful natural hair than to be throwing on synthetic wigs over it for the rest of my life. I would prefer my hair over someone else's hair. Or I should say something as synthetic as someone else's. Do I feel like I will eventually want to cut them off at some point? I would Yeah, I discussed this in one of my videos with my hair length goal. I probably put that up here. But your lock length goal, I said maybe one day I might want to become a loose natural again to see how that is. Who knows, down the line. But as of yet, it's almost 3 years in. It's gonna be 3 months. It's gonna be 3 years in less than a month. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I've never felt like, hey, I want to take these out. I'm tired of it. It's ticking me off. It's too much. I haven't had any of those stages, and I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. I don't think I told anybody this before. I've mentioned it in the comments before, but I've never actually said it in a video. But if I ever do cut my locks off, I would want to become a loose natural for a while, and then probably put sister locks in. I don't know if this has ever been done before, but after I put the sister locks in, I would like to start free-forming. Tell me if you've heard of that, if you know anyone who's done that. I want to start free-forming with the sister locks in. Let me tell you why, because I want smaller locks, but I also don't want to go through the whole process of like retightening and stuff so often. I do want to see what freeforming looks like, but freeforming as smaller locks, and I'll basically be separating them. I don't even know if this is a thing, but in my head it makes sense. But tell me if that makes sense to you, or if you even know someone who tried that or is doing it. I'm curious to know. Freeforming sister locks. Yeah. But that's going to be at least 5 years in. At the very least 5 years in. So yeah, again, give me your thoughts on how you feel about this topic. Let me know if you've ever had the urge to cut your locks off or comb them out, and tell me why. And tell me if you think you ever will. Alright, so thanks for tuning in. I love you, perps. And me and Wally is signing out. Bye.